We have a full day of events on Friday, May 27th at the University of Montana, all dealing with human trafficking. We have partnered with the Mansfield Center, with Seroptimus International from Kalispell, and various other groups to bring more awareness to this issue. And we have 3 events that day, starting bright and early at 7:30. There will be the Montana Red Sand Project, and that is a demonstration art project where every participant gets a small package of red sand, and they spread it in the cracks to signify people falling through the cracks as a visual reminder of human trafficking victims, and that they do, unfortunately, fall through the cracks in our society. And that will be taking place at 7:30 at the University of Montana Oval. So that's really great that the university has let us utilize that space. Next, we'll have the second event at 8:30 in the morning, which is the Stop Human Trafficking in Montana conference. And that will be a full day of conference from 8:30 until about 4:45. And we have a great lineup of speakers. There's been a lot of interest in this. Senator John Tester will be there. Attorney General Tim Fox will be there. We have various professionals in our own community, as well as somebody coming from the Department of Homeland Security to talk about what they're doing at a national level. We'll have someone speaking about human trafficking on Native American reservations, and also about what businesses and individuals can do to become aware of the issue and to help try and stop it wherever they're at work or at home, and how they can do that in a trauma-informed way. So that's going to be a big day with a lot of great people speaking. And then the last event is at 5:30, which is going to be a fun way to wrap up the day and kick off Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be the second annual Run for Freedom 5K Run Walk, and it's an untimed event, so everybody can come and run it or walk it. You're not going to be timed. And it's just a fun way to wrap up the day and raise money in support of the Montana Anti-Trafficking Project, which does outreach and seeks to raise public awareness of human trafficking in our state.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because I think one thing that the majority of people that I visit with, who I've shared all this with over the last couple of years, is they look at me and they kind of cock their head and they say, human trafficking in Montana? Are you kidding? I know about, like, maybe Florida or California, but can you describe a little bit about what's going on in Montana?
Sure, and that's actually the response that a lot of people have, or they also maybe don't understand what the difference is between human trafficking and prostitution. Because we really, as a state, we are pretty small and we aren't exposed to a lot of things that larger states are. So in Montana, we do see human trafficking, both labor trafficking, where people are forced to work against their will. Maybe somebody has their green card, or maybe somebody is forcing them to work and they don't have a way out of it. Or we see sex trafficking, which is when somebody is forced to engage in sexual acts against their will. And that's what makes it different than prostitution, because with prostitution, the person is usually a willing participant, but with human trafficking, they're not. And those are the two types of human trafficking we see. Our law enforcement is investigating them, and we've had a lot of work done in that area. We actually updated our laws this last legislative session to really increase the protections we have for human trafficking victims and make prosecutions stronger for people who are perpetuating human trafficking or purchasing sex from a human trafficking victim. And we actually were able to bring our state from being one of the lowest rank for protecting children from child sex trafficking, from now being the model in the nation that we are the strongest protection for children in that regard.
Okay, so if folks want to get involved, is there a charge for this? Is it going to be free? Do we need to register?
So, yes, they should register, and they can go to runsignup.com and look for the Run for Freedom, and that would actually allow you to register for all of the events. Or you can go to the Montana Anti-Trafficking website, which is montanaantitraffickingproject.com. And that would allow people they'll take them to the link to register there. The conference is free. The only thing people would be charged for with the conference is if they want continuing education credits for, like if you're a social worker or a law enforcement officer or attorney, we will be offering those. But if you don't want those, the conference is free, and you will also get lunch. It includes a lunch there because we're going to be working all day. The Red Sand Project is another fundraiser just with a small fee of only $10. And if somebody can't really afford it, we are willing to waive the fee, because if people want to get involved, we don't want money to be something that stops them from being involved. And the Run for Freedom is, you have to register for that also, and you'll get a nice swag bag filled with good stuff from our local businesses and a hat for the Run for Freedom. And that you have to register for, and the cost now, since it's after May 1st, is $40. But again, if people want to participate and they can't, we would be willing to possibly waive the fee.